Welcome back, athletes. Today we are going to be ranking which sport has the best athletes. S tier we have world class, A tier we have athletic superpowers, B tier is elite athletes, C tier is above average athletes, and D tier are the average athletes. We have some of the most famous sports in the world for us to rank. Let's start off with the most famous sport in the world, soccer. So the thing about soccer athletes is they have some of the most elite endurance out of any team sport. How many miles do soccer players run in a game? 6 and 8.5 miles. Imagine running 8.5 miles while you're trying to dribble a ball with your foot. But do they have the best athletes in the world is the main question here. I mean, we've seen some soccer players with elite athleticism. That's not that high of a jump. People are saying C tier for soccer already. I don't know. That looks like maybe a 30-inch vertical. 44 centimeters of vertical. What is 44 centimeters in inches? 17-inch vertical. Ronaldo has a 17-inch vertical standing, and he's one of the most athletic people in soccer right now. He's one of the most athletic professionals there is. While soccer does have some insane accuracy and you do have to make a lot of quick decisions, with Ronaldo having a 17-inch vertical and he's one of the most athletic guys in soccer, I'm gonna have to put it in C tier, above average. But that's not a knock to soccer. Like, soccer still has some of the best athletes in the world. So you guys do agree that soccer is C tier. Let's move on to baseball. Baseball is a big sport in the US. It's a very big commercially. I know there's a lot of like expensive AAU baseball teams out there. A lot of people trying to go pro in baseball. A lot of people trying to go D1. Y'all are saying A or B tier for baseball? I definitely think it takes more athleticism than soccer. If you're a pitcher, you got to be so athletic to throw a ball so fast. I mean, if you're a hitter, you not only have to run very fast, you have to hit very hard. If you're an outfielder, you got to run as fast as you can to the baseball, pick it up and throw it all the way across the field to your teammates. I don't think it's A tier, but it's definitely above soccer. So let's put it in B, the elite athlete tier. I'd say we got a pretty solid ranking going so far. I think boxing is one of the most underrated sports when it comes to athletics. Boxing has some athletic freaks. You got to dodge, jab, uppercut. You have to throw a hard punch. You have to be able to get punched, and you have to be super twitchy and dodge all your opponents. Ooh, like look how fast that was, dude. It takes endurance too. A full like 12 rounds of boxing takes so much endurance, especially because you're going fast twitch the whole time. That definitely takes some athleticism. You guys do bring up a good point. You guys say A tier because an average baseball or football player cannot last 5 rounds. You know what? I have to agree. I think the athletes in boxing are better than baseball, and that's why we are going to put it in A tier. Let's rate football next. Football is a very interesting one because there are so many archetypes in football. I think an underrated athletes are the O-linemen. O-linemen have to be fast, they have to be twitchy, and they have to be very, very strong. Compared to what we got, football is definitely harder than soccer and baseball. I think it might have better athletes than boxing. Especially nowadays, football is very competitive. I think football is definitely A tier. But the question is now, does it go over boxing? I bet. I do agree for the most part. I think football athletes are better than boxing. A lot of people are saying track and field next. You know, this is a track and field channel, so I think we got to get to it eventually. I think this one isn't even a question. Track and field is probably the easiest sport we can rank because it has the most world-class athletes in the world, and it has the fastest, the strongest, the highest jumping, the most endurance. It had every single archetype for an athlete is in track and field. Look at that. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look how high he jumped. That's inhuman. You guys are saying track goes lower. It does not go lower. It has the best athletes in the world. Look at this. Bro, that's a bowling ball that just went 70 feet. Track is the easiest S tier we've had today. Okay, and think about it this way. Every single pro sprinter is faster than every single football player. Every distance athlete can out-endure a soccer player. It is the sport with the best athletes of all time. And I think that's proven by the world records we see. Like, no single athlete in any other sport could come and do track and field and break a world record, let alone even qualify for the Olympics. I want to give bodybuilding a chance. There are some bodybuilders that can dunk. Look at this. This is the one of the greatest bodybuilders of all time, throwing down a dunk. Like, that was one of the slowest dunks I've ever seen. Bodybuilders do have a lot of muscle, but having a lot of muscle doesn't mean you're athletic. So I think we got to put bodybuilding in D tier, average athletes. And I think that checks out because most failed athletes in high school or college just go to the gym and they do bodybuilding instead, because it doesn't take a high amount of athletics. It doesn't take a lot of fast twitch fibers. Let's talk about golf. Like, do y'all think Tiger Woods is a top 99% athlete? Mentally challenging sport. No shot. That is a crazy shot. That was athleticism right there. Okay, guys, I want to either put it in C tier or D tier. What do y'all think? I definitely think it's above bodybuilding, and I definitely think it's below soccer. Let's get to basketball next. Basketball is known for their high flyers, big dunkers. I mean, look at this. Basketball does have some of the fastest and highest vertical athletes in the world. These are crazy. Like, head above the rim. I don't think y'all understand how much athletics it takes to get your head above the rim. Oh my God, LeBron. Did y'all just see LeBron? I did make a full-length YouTube video, if you guys are interested, on which NBA players could be the best track and field athletes. Y'all think basketball is S tier? Here's why basketball can't be S tier. You guys do bring up guys like Jokic. I think basketball players are some of the best athletes in the world, but because you can make it in the NBA without being one of the best athletes, it's below track and field. And I think it's A tier, because there is not a single track and field athlete who's not one of the best athlete in the world. So I think we got to put basketball in the tip top of A tier, above football and boxing. Y'all need to stop disrespecting tennis. It takes crazy endurance, crazy speed, but tennis is non-stop action. Like, these tennis highlights are cool. Like, I'm having fun watching that. Like, they're diving for the ball. That being said, tennis doesn't have the greatest athletes in the world. KP sent a Galaxy. No shot. You guys know what I do for galaxies on this channel, right? Guys, I have a very hot take. I think you guys are going to hate me for this, but I honestly think tennis has better athletes than baseball players. Let's get a good ranking for volleyball. All right, volleyball takes hops. It really takes hops. I think it's really one of those underrated sports when it comes to athleticism. Volleyball doesn't really take an insane amount of speed. It doesn't take an insane amount of endurance either. You definitely are going to be hitting the floor every now and then, which is a problem in itself. The volleyball net is either 8 or 9 feet. Wow. Reaction time is up there. Crazy vertical. I'm thinking it has to go either A, athletic superpowers, or B, elite athletes. I'm so torn, guys. What do we think? We'll put volleyball in A tier. I agree. We're putting it at the bottom of A tier, though. I don't think it takes more athletics than boxing, football, or basketball. All right, guys, wrestling. What do we think? Oh, damn. Dude, that is a fast twitch sport. Wrestling practices are probably the hardest practices of any sport out there, easily. They are picking up grown men on their backs and throwing them on a mat. It doesn't take a lot of jumping. It takes strength, fast twitch fibers, mental toughness, endurance. It's up there for sure. Like, if you're someone who doesn't value jumping in athletics, you'd probably have wrestling in S tier and volleyball in B tier. For everyone saying that wrestling, it takes more athleticism, y'all have to see this. Jesus Christ. He was running so fast too. The reason basketball is so high up here is because you can take a very athletic basketball player and throw him in almost every one of these sports, and he'd be just fine. Here's the thing, guys. You guys might hate me, but I don't think wrestling's harder than basketball in terms of athletics. Wrestling in the middle of A was one of the hardest decisions I've made. It was so close to being S. It was so close to being S. I feel like we should definitely do hockey next. I think we got to put it in elite, because definitely takes some endurance, takes some precision and skill, but skill is not athletics. It's not harder than baseball. I told y'all we were gonna do swimming next, so let's do swimming next. Swimming takes a lot of stamina, takes a lot of muscle endurance. Have y'all seen how much core strength swimmers have? Swimmers have crazy chests, crazy abs. I'd say in terms of track and field, the closest thing when it comes to swimming is like a 400 or an 800 meter, depending on the event. I think we gotta put swimming in B, elite athlete. Oh, swimming, you do have to hold your breath. That's a very good point. That's a very good point. Oh, rock climbing. We should do rock climbing, guys. That is a very cool sport. I'm surprised that's like the first time I've seen it in chat. Rock climbing is one of those sneaky underrated sports when it comes to the type of athletes that are in them. Wow. I mean, the ability to hang from one hand is crazy. And jump and grab, like they're putting their lives at risk. I think rock climbers have athletic superpowers. I think they're definitely A tier. All right, guys, what do we think esports is? Dudes are getting full ride D1 scholarships for esports, and I can see why. Esports takes athletics. It takes crazy reaction time, crazy stamina, crazy mental clarity, mental control, and focus, because everyone can pick up a controller. but not everyone can do it at the level that these esports champions do it. I think esports is one of the most athletic sports out there. Like, it takes crazy finger mobility and control, fast twitch muscle fibers, crazy endurance and stamina. You have to be sweating and not get the sweat on the keyboard or controller that like destroys your game. You know, you have to have very good internet. All right, here's the thing about esports. Over bodybuilding, 100%. And golf, easily. Can't be D tier. Definitely takes more athletics than soccer. The amount of stress and practice you have to have. Esports players practice 20 hours a day non-stop. They have to go to the bathroom on their gaming chairs just so they can get more reps in for their esports tournament. You know what? If we're ranking the athleticism by how bad they smell after their competition is done, esports is easily S tier. I know you guys might hate me for this, but I think esports has the most world-class athletes in the world. More than golf, more than bodybuilding, soccer, tennis, baseball, swimming, ice hockey, all of them. Thank you guys so much for watching. This was the official which sport has the best athletes tier list. And I think we found out which sport has the best athletes. It is esports and track and field athletes. All respect to all of these sports. You know, being at a high level in all of these takes years of dedication, thousands of hours put in every year. Comment what sport you do in the comments and let me know if I should change this list up. Have an amazing rest of your night and tune in for more athletic content. We're going to be streaming every day for the rest of the week.